gaming.
In life, there are many different kinds of people you'll encounter, one of which being the gamer.
Where's my Mountain Dew? No, where's my Mountain Dew? I keep it in the microwave.
In the modern age, gamers have been steadily growing in numbers, but the gaming community hasn't always been this prosperous. Let's take a trip down memory lane. From around the beginning of the Industrial Revolution to the 1980s, a new stereotype had begun to form: the nerd. Back before gaming was truly invented, the proto-gamer had left his mark. These young lads were interested in comic books and technology in much the same way as their modern counterparts. As our world recoiled from the effects of its second global war, it was now a time of peace. The babies were booming, and time was dooming for our new-aged men.
Whatever you say, boomer. Okay.
As you should all know, we live in a society. And societies have often consisted of different subclasses and hierarchies to stay afloat. In this new age, where war wasn't as much of a worry, the male species had made a major divergence. The strong and confident among them practically bred to fight on a battlefield, and the weak and pathetic only offering their sometimes vast knowledge to the world, but in any other circumstance, being practically useless.
What's up, Dork? Brett Bukowski? That's me, Brett Bukowski. Brett Mustard Flies. Anyways, what did Mom make us for lunch today?
Tuna fish and cornbread.
Cornbread?
Yeah.
I don't like sardines.
And by sometimes, I mean rare. For the most part, the nerds of the male species were seemingly equal or just as stupid as their physically superior counterparts. Nerds like Bill Gates, Thomas Edison, and Albert Einstein are few and far between. So while you would think that most nerds, and by proxy gamers, would have evolutionarily traded up physically dominant points for intelligence points, this sadly isn't usually the case.
No fucking way.
The nerds of society were at a major disadvantage. Their stronger half, we'll call them the Chads, were having much more fulfilling lives in every way. They were excelling sexually, socially, and even financially, able to attain scholarships with their physical prowess and pass job interviews with their increased confidence and pure big dick energy.
Johnny.
Yeah.
Sorry to tell you that you have to return to your life of debt.
Yeah.
The people clap loud when you win a Grammy. They clap louder when you win an Oscar. But the people clap the loudest when you fall. And Champ got knocked out today.
In order for the nerds to compete, they had to rely on other methods to get by. While many didn't know how to interact with women, some learned that they have a much more attuned sense of their feelings that the Chads simply did not possess, relying on stupid shit like art or poetry to court a girl.
But if you want to get a woman to fall in love with you, feed her poetry. Poetry.
While many Chads, however, would wind up peaking in high school, growing fat, getting divorced, and working at Walmart in their late 40s, sometimes nerds played the long game, becoming rich after using their technological expertise to its fullest advantage.
Who's laughing now? Yes, I was in the chess club.
For most nerds, this life of happiness was unattainable though, and many sought to escape their bleak reality in the digital world. This was how the gamers emerged.
Get the fuck out of my room and play Minecraft!
As we reached modern day, and technology rapidly grew ever so advanced, gamer culture spread like wildfire. With lifelike graphics and hours of fun and enjoyment, the disenfranchised of society could find solace in their own little corner of the world. They could now experience the joy of being a hero, getting the girl, and kicking ass. I may be a loser in the real world, but in the gaming world, you're the loser. In this new, more modern time period, nerds were able to grow in overall power simply by immersing themselves in an alternate reality. However, as the decades went on, and now in 2020, many gamers have been scrutinized and shunned by outsiders. While other minorities of society might have an entire month dedicated to them, flags and symbols to their name, and multi-billion-dollar companies simping for their business, gamers have routinely been called violent, sexist, racist, and non-inclusive.
We own niggers!
These guys, they just can't stand women in gaming. What did they do to you? They leveled up.
This leads me to the question that the mainstream media shudders to ever put a spotlight on. I'm AC Ratty, and today we answer the question, are gamers the most oppressed minority? In modern society, Chad still reigns supreme, with the female species providing their own Chad counterpart, the Thought. The Thought excels at life in much the same way as the Chad, except being much smarter, taking advantage of her good looks to get what she wants. Thoughts have also been able to infiltrate the gamer sphere, pretending to be one of them and attacking one of gamers' vital weak points: their strong and unresolved sexual frustration. While some girls have joined the side of the gamer, they are many times unattractive losers like the guys, or thoughts just seeking attention and money. It's very reasonable these days to be wary of outsiders, but because of this caution, or in some cases adamance gamers have for women, they've often been called sexist pigs for simply not wanting to be taken advantage of.
Say my name.
What's even more dangerous than that is that now gamers have turned on each other. You have gamers attacking other gamers. Now, are women bad for gaming? No, of course not. But when big-titted e-thoughts roll in looking for clout, a lot of gamers don't have a strong enough will to repel their lustful desires. This brings us to an entirely new spawn of the gamer, the soyboy.
Wait, like where do we, when do we touch ourselves?
It's 0.4
0.4 what?
milliliter.
That's not much.
It's not.
The highest volume of ejaculate.
It's Ned.
Now Eugene comes in a close second.
Well, he didn't win, so that's all that matters.
These gamers are not what you would define as epic. You can often see them tweeting about male feminism, donating large amounts of money to female streamers, and unhinging their jaws in excitement for the latest new children's game. This offshoot abomination is simply the result of trying to survive in today's political landscape. While many women target white males as the source of all their problems, you may wonder how these white males in particular may cope with this new challenge. A lot of them simply end up bowing down to their new overlords and lick the boot of every woman online, so maybe one day, just maybe, they can see some of that precious roast beef for their own eyes. While they may think they've taken the superior route, they've doomed themselves to a shattered public image, the loss of a spine, and cuckery down the road.
I just peed in my basement.
While many gamers are now able to compete in the sexual market, the kind and submissive of them can easily be used for malicious intent, becoming more of a slave than a romantic partner.
You're my doormat.
For reference, this is not a true gamer. True-based epic gamers don't waver from their goals and ideals. Epic gamers always unlock the achievements they strive for and don't take shit from NPCs. This fully realized indifference to the real world around them can often be seen as hostile, and normies usually tend to get upset at their unwillingness to conform. Because of the years and years of social outcasting, gamers have built a heightened form of aggression that can only be expressed through gaming. This is gamer rage. While ultimately harmless, except to their valuable hardware.
Bro, I didn't even slam my shit this fucking hard though, I promise you though.
This expression of anger and passion is usually seen by the public as dangerous, with the news media always trying to spin the blame of real-life shootings on virtual ones.
Why the need for so much gruesome, graphic violence? Why not let us imagine
Because
a
it's
little
so
of it?
much fun, Jan. Get it?
But typically, the average gamer doesn't engage with the destruction of their property. Instead, they usually scream insults and obscenities to each other online, under the veil of anonymity.
Shoot a gun, dog. Learn how to fucking shoot a gun, you fucking riot shield. What else you want me to talk about? Riot shield! I'm a pussy that use riot shield! Oh, I'm a pussy. What do you want me to use? Faggot. You tell me what you want me to use.
And while in the current politically correct climate of 2020, where the average person might kill themselves at the slightest form of an insult, this form of language is viewed as highly toxic and disgusting. Gamers have also time and again been accused of racism, just because sometimes in the heat of the moment, a few no-no words may slip out.
What a fucking nick.
In our current day and age, the libcucks and repubtards want everyone to conform to their particular views, and if you don't pick a side, you're on your own. Gamers are an easy target, often being called incels and degenerates of humanity. You don't see other minorities facing this outrage these days. For the past few years, gamers have started to rise up. They've banded together to fight this oppression head on. But every time the gamer revolution gains some kind of traction, people always have some way to smear it.
But the thing that this movie is really about is white male rage, white male rage, white male rage. Joker.
Wow.
DD mega doo-doo.
I truly believe gamers are in fact the most oppressed minority. And with this video, I've settled that question once and for all. This goes out to all my gamers out there.
I feel so powerful. I'll walk into that audience. I'll walk in there. I'll kiss everyone in that audience. I'll kiss the guys and the beautiful women and everybody. I'll just give you a big fat kiss.
But some may wonder, hey, you can't really say people who play video games are a minority. What about the years and years of racial discrimination going on in America and other parts of the world? Making a video that pokes fun at real problems in our society is pretty insensitive, man. I just have one thing to say to those people questioning my character and the importance of this video.
I just have one thing to say. Hang on here.
Shawty's like a melody in my head that I can't keep out. Got me singing like na 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 every day's like my iPod stuck.
Well, I guess that about answers it, folks. What other mysteries of life do you want me to solve? Put them down in the comments below. If you liked the video, leave a like and subscribe if you want to see more. Follow me on Instagram, Twitter, and Twitch. I also have my own superhero webcomic. The link to that and my Discord are in the description below. See you next time.